My name's Jeff Tyler with Chicago Style Hot Dogs. Well, I started, I was a general contractor, and with the economy, I ended up closing up my construction business, and my wife and I sat around for a year and a half wondering what we were going to do. And one night I was up late Googling small businesses, and I looked at hot dog carts, and when I saw what kind of money they were making on the East Coast and so forth, I thought if I could get a good quality product and get a gimmick behind it, I could do it here in Northern California. And I ordered my cart that day, and it showed up 3 weeks later, and I wanted to make Chicago style hot dogs because they've been around since the 30s, and I had never even made a Chicago style hot dog before I got my hot dog cart, so I was gambling all the way along. Yeah, it took about, after getting my first one, I set it on the side of Highway 12, and I started to, one, learn how to make hot dogs, and two, I came up with a Pinot Noir dog, a Chardonnay dog, and a Zinfandel dog, being in the wine country, and they started taking off pretty good, and people started asking me if I could do more events and stuff like that. So I went home to my wife about, I think it was 2 months into it, and said, we need to buy another cart.
Oh, okay.
So I got that second cart, and you need to find locations where these things are acceptable. And there's a small outdoor mall in Santa Rosa called Montgomery Village where I got an opportunity to do some of the events there, and from there it just really started going crazy. So I actually got a third cart so I could do catering jobs, and now I do, with that cart I exclusively do catering jobs as far as birthday parties. I've done bar mitzvahs and all kinds of fun events. The quality of vendors that are at these events, we're all serving top quality food, and our business practices are held to a higher standard than even the health department holds us to. And this event was Sarah with Fort Catering put it on, and she called us up, and we cycle out. There's 4 spots here, and every fourth week there's a new vendor that comes in and takes a turn. But the core 4 is here today, and that's one type of event, is the food truck event. The others are like the farmers markets and so forth, which are very popular in Northern California, and we do those, as well as sometimes we're hired just to do private events, which are the events that we can go out there and vend, or we can go out there as a hired caterer. The health department in the cities and counties, none of them know what the right hand or left hand is doing. So really, in fact, going from one town to the next, or one city to the next, the rules and regulations change so much. At some point in some part we're underground. I started vending in downtown Santa Rosa from 10 o'clock at night till 2 in the morning, and originally I didn't have a permit, but they figured out a way to give me a permit for that, so that's a lot of fun. Well, as I said when we opened up, I came from a construction background, so my experience from behind a counter at a restaurant is nil. I have none. I do now have a few friends that own restaurants that are definitely looking at this cart or trucking industry, because it's moving fast, and it allows so much flexibility where, if a spot or a location, or if the weather or something happens, we put it out on Facebook and Twitter and let our core clientele know, and we don't show up, or we do show up. Sometimes we'll pop up in some of our locations completely unannounced to anybody but our followers, and once they see people standing out there, they'll actually pull over and go, what's going on over there? So we start building more and more clientele that way. Jillian with Flavors Around the World and myself, I think we were the first 2 cart and truck to be licensed correctly in Sonoma County, and shortly after that they put us together, and we started having weekly meetings with people, and there's still only 13 licensed, well, no, there's not, there's I think 11 licensed trucks here in Sonoma County, and a demand for many more. There's a couple that are coming online, but we were meeting once a week, and now we've backed off to, you know, we're trying to teach people how to get licensed and how to get into these events and what insurance they need. So we've talked to everybody who's currently doing it that we know. But yeah, definitely a community. We're not out here slashing each other's throats and trying to sell something cheaper than the next guy. We're trying to bring up the quality and of not only the food, but of the standards of the trucks.